What's up, YouTube? It's time for my next review. Now, it's the beginning of September, which means the beginning of school, unfortunately. So that means my videos will not be coming around that often. But I'll still be uploading videos every now and then. Don't get me wrong. In fact, I'm hoping to upload videos at least during the weekends. I might not be able to upload videos during the weeks, but still during the weekends. Now, this is my review of the Nintendo Entertainment System controller. Many people have debated over this, but all can agree on one thing. Nintendo is famous for their controller designs, arguably. But none of the controllers that Nintendo makes these days could top this beast. The Nintendo Entertainment System controller. This is the most basic controller Nintendo has ever made. You can't get more simple than this. You got the control pad. This was new at the time, in the 80s. Because before this, you just had that Atari 2600 joystick and whatnot. Which is pretty awesome, don't get me wrong. You also had the select, start button, B, A. So that's pretty much it. That's how simple the controller is. Everyone who grew up in the 80s knows these things. Everyone who played video games in the 80s know this thing. You gotta know this. If you're a Nintendo fan like me, you must know this thing. Okay? Now, if you are a beginner Nintendo fan, if you recently got an interest in Nintendo, I would recommend getting this system first if you can. You can get it off eBay and Amazon. It's the best system ever. But let's talk about the controller, which is the high point of this video. So, anyway, let's take a closer look at it. The A and B buttons have appeared on almost every Nintendo system controller nowadays. I mean, like, they made plenty of accessories for the entertainment system, but usually people just had this, which is a pretty good idea. But if you want the extra turbo buttons, then you should get the, what do you call it again? Oh yeah, the NES Max and the Advantage. I really want Advantage, so I'm hoping to get it as soon as possible, but I don't have one right now. In fact, right now I'm just stuck with these controllers, but that's just fine. Me. Alright. Okay, let's take a moment to see how you use the controllers for each of these games. I'm gonna go in alphabetical order for all the games I have. I think that means I'm gonna start with, okay, let's see here. Donkey Kong 3. I really want the original game, but unfortunately, I only have it on the Virtual Console right now. You guys may have seen my 100 video special. Many of you okay, I'm not going to say many of you, but one person complained about the fact that it was on the Virtual Console rather than the Nintendo system. First thing I must say to that guy is, who cares? It's the same game. It's just on the Virtual Console. It's not on the NES system. And I'm sorry, but I just don't have it, okay? I only have this on the NES. So, this was part of the arcade classic series, Donkey Kong. This is what started Donkey Kong, okay? He and Mario became probably the two biggest stars of Nintendo in the future. So after this, Donkey Kong moved on to Donkey Kong Country. Okay, I'm getting off topic here, so let's get started. So, in Donkey Kong 3, use the A button. Wait. Maybe it's the up button. Okay, use up on the control pad to jump. And then you use over left and right to move. And I'm not sure if you could duck or anything, but if you did, it would obviously be using this one. Select. The main function of the select button on the NES controller is to, you know, switch options at the main menu for most of the NES games. Start is what you use to either pause the game, which is also new at the time, or you could use it to select at the main menu. When you get to the function you want to use, you just press the start button or you press the A button to select it. With the B button in Donkey Kong 3, you use it to shoot Donkey Kong's butt. I guess that's what you were shooting. Try pushing him off the screen. Alright, let's move on to the next game. Let's see. Yeah. Oh, okay. Dr. Mario. Dr. Mario was a puzzle game that was released in 1990, I believe it was. I know it was in the 1990s, the early 90s. Okay, so like I said, it's a puzzle game. I love the music in it. So basically, you're dropping the capsules on the germs to find cures for diseases, the fever, and the chill. Use the B button to turn the capsules around. Use the control pad to move them to the position you want them to. And I think you also use the up, just like the B button, to select their thing. And you use the down button if you want them to go down faster. In newer games, I think if you do that in a puzzle game like that, then you get more points. But I don't think it really mattered back then. Select the same thing as Donkey Kong 3. Use it to select start, pause, select your thing in the main menu. Same thing. B, let's see. Yeah, I think B is... Oh yeah, I already said yeah. Doesn't matter. I'm not sure if the A button has much of a function. Okay, moving on to the next game. That's this game right here, Kirby's Adventure. This is one of those adventure type games. The controls were the same as Super Mario Brothers, Super Mario Bros. 3. Oh, 2, sorry. This is 3, right here. The rightful Super Mario Bros. 3. And some other games. Okay. For Kirby's Adventure, well actually it goes for all these adventure games. Let's just say that, okay? The A button is mainly for jumping. B button to attack. Start to pause or select your selection at the main menu. Select is to, again, select at the main menu. So scroll down the options. And the control pad, in Super Mario Bros., if you're up, you can simply duck. But really, I mean, that's if you're big. If you're small, you can't, but really there's no point because you're small. These left and right to move. The up button didn't really serve much of a purpose. Yeah. We didn't really use the up button much, except for jumping in the occasional games. Alright, let's move on to Zelda. Zelda's a little different because it's a bird's eye view. Use the control pad to move in the directions you want, since it's bird's eye. So you're staring down at Link from the sky as you're playing the game. The B button, let's see, use that to use your sword. The A button, I think what you did for the A button is you selected the function you wanted for the A button, like you selected a weapon you would use with the A button. The start button, pause, same thing. Select, I believe that is to pick your map stuff. Okay. Pac-Man, another arcade game. It's sort of, if you compare NES games, it's sort of like, I'm not gonna make it similar. I'm not gonna compare it to Zelda here. Pac-Man was one of the most famous arcade games of all time, released 30 years ago in 1980. So Pac-Man, you would use the control pad to go left, right, up, and down. Start to pause. Select is for main menu. A and B didn't really serve much of a purpose. Really all you need most of the time is just the control pad. That was it. Lastly, Tetris. Tetris had the same exact controls as Dr. Mario, so I probably should explain that last time. Alright, that's all the controls I can tell you, because that's all my NES games. if you want to have more fun with the NES, you know, you want to share all the fun with your friends and family, then you need another controller. What you do is, it was a little awkward for me at first when I got this in Christmas last year. See, you would plug them in right here. It was a little tricky for me to plug these in because, I don't know, I was just not used to plugging in retro systems. But now I am, so it's really easy. Plug in the second controller. I know this system is a little different with other accessories like the Macs. They got like special things. Alright, let's talk about the good things and bad things. The last part of this video. Well, maybe not the last part, but okay. We already see a few bad things about the NES controller. I mean, like, it's a fantastic controller. Don't get me wrong, okay? Nintendo did a fantastic job designing these. But it does have its share of flaws. The biggest flaw that people noticed was the controller wasn't really comfortable on adult hands. I wouldn't know that because I'm only 15 right now. But, and I don't really mind. I just hold like this. Really simple. Doesn't hurt at all. But yeah, it's the jagged ends that the adults don't like. But really, that's a minor flaw. The only other flaw I can come up with is wires. Wireless controllers were extremely rare. It was an extremely new and rare thing with systems. So I'm not surprised that none of the Nintendo controllers were wireless. Even the Zapper itself, when you shot it was wireless also. I mean wire. Sorry. So you had limited movement with that. Alright. It's almost the only bad thing I can come up with. I think I have a bad feeling that these controllers might not last longer. Now, like, they don't show any signs of aging in them, but look closely here, yeah. That happened over time because I think it might have been caused by, you know, bending it like that from wiring it up. But that's the only way I can keep these controllers organized, just wire them up when I'm not using them. The control pad on these particular controllers right here, they suck. When I'm playing Pac-Man and I'm trying to go up, it doesn't work. I don't know what its problem is, it just doesn't work. I tried to go up and it takes like a few tries and you have to get exactly right. The moment if he's one pixel off from being under that narrow hallway, he doesn't go up. He only goes down? No, not always that either. Sometimes the control pad just does whatever it wants. Like, if I'm trying to go down, it'll sometimes go over. That's probably because it moves it. The over buttons moves around when you're pushing down like that. Yeah. Alright, I'm gonna have to cut this video short. Now, lastly, I have an update real quick. September 10th, and school has started recently for me. So, since school has started, I won't be uploading videos as often. I already mentioned this at the beginning of the video, so I probably shouldn't get into any more details. So, thank you for watching my Nintendo Entertainment System controller review. So, keep an eye out for any more reviews from me. Thanks, bye.